This Bible has probably the most notes that I have ever seen in any Bible translation. We are going to talk about this because it's an incredible resource. Hey guys, it's Dwayne here. So today I want to talk about the New English Translation. That's right, the NET Bible. But more specifically, I want to talk more about the study notes that are inside of this thing because they are absolutely incredible. Let me give you an example here. This is a page of the Bible. This is the biblical text here. And then the 3 columns surrounding it is all the notes concerning those specific passages on this page alone. It is absolutely intensive. Now, I want to make a quick note. The New English Translation, it's a little bit more of a paraphrase. They take a little bit more liberty in that way because what the translators are trying to do in this one specifically is to pull out the thought of the text as opposed to getting the exact wording right. So it's going to sound a little bit different than your traditional translations. And to be honest, I'm not so big on that specifically. But why this resource gets such a big endorsement from me is because those study notes are so helpful. Whenever I'm doing a study in any biblical book or if I'm preparing a sermon or something, I always use the notes inside of these. The notes that you see, they're kind of divided into 3 separate types of notes. You have study notes. Okay, so those study notes gives you a little bit of cultural background on a specific passage that it might be linked to, historical figures or historical customs or things like that. Next, you're going to see a translator note. And what happens here is when you're bringing over something from one language into another, sometimes it can be difficult and maybe there's some ambiguity that gets introduced in the receiving language that can't quite pull out that specific nuance. So what happens in this Bible specifically is they'll translate the thought behind it and then leave a note explaining why it is that they translated it that way. This translation is all about transparency, and that is a great thing. Now, the third type of note that you're going to find inside the NET Bible is going to be a text critical note. So if there's any variants or any variant readings found throughout the manuscript tradition, they'll make note of them here, especially if it's close on which reading specifically is going to be part of the original text. So they leave you with that information as well. Now, they will use phrases like older is better and that kind of thing. And it's not necessarily true, but it's good to see them on the page with the text that you're reading. I'm going to leave a link in the description below. You can purchase this on Amazon. I purchased my own copy. I use this. It's not a review copy or anything like that. I just think it's really helpful and would help you out if you used it. On top of the print copy, the NET Bible is also available freely online with all of the notes and everything that are discussed here. So I will leave a link again in the description below and you can go and be sure to check that out. It is super helpful. So just to give you an idea of what the NET sounds like in this sort of thought for thought vein, I'm going to take a popular passage. We'll do John chapter 1, a couple verses at the beginning of the chapter, just so you can hear what it sounds like. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was fully God. The Word was with God in the beginning. All things were created by him, and apart from him, not one thing was created that has been created. So I want to take a look at one of the notes here. So where it says, and the Word was with God, there's a textual note there. It says, let me read it out here. The preposition pros, or with, implies not just proximity, but intimate personal relationship. M. Dodd stated, pros means more than meta or para or with, and is regularly employed in expressing the presence of one person with another. So translator note, it tells you that the word with means a little bit more than what we typically think it means. There's an interpersonal relationship there. And these are the kinds of things that you're going to see among the notes. Anyway, I thought this would be helpful, so I just want to encourage you to take a look at the Net translation and be sure to check out these extensive notes in it. They have served me well in my studies and in my sermon preparations, and I hope that it will be able to serve you just as well. So until next time, brothers and sisters, we'll see you around.